All right, welcome back. I cannot think of the last time I've done 2 shows in one day. But my car is out of commission. Stuck in the garage. It's nothing serious, but I got to wait till Monday to get it serviced. So, here I am. I called a friend of mine, and he has 3 cars out of service. His one rental car is taken by his girlfriend. What's the name of that song? Oh, the things we do for love, like walking in the rain and lending cars. Anyway, here I is. So if anybody out there wants to say hello, now's your opportunity, because obviously my plans for this evening have been completely canceled. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just at home watching the Hallmark Channel right now. This is going to be one of those unscheduled streams, of course, kind of weird, but I literally have nowhere to go. My son's at a birthday party, and yeah, so here I am. I'm just enjoying a glass of wine, listening to my dad's music again. You can catch the tunes at bandcamp.com. If you're interested, it's salvatorpate.bandcamp.com. So let me get to the... I'm getting used to this new YouTube studio. Yeah, okay. So the chat looks good. Alright, very good. I think we're okay. So let's see if I get my webcam running here. And I think we're good. We look at the split screen here. Slight delay. There we go. Okay. Looks good. Wearing my glasses. I didn't feel like putting on my contact lenses, so I want to give my eyes a rest from wearing contacts all week. So let's see. Stream looks good. All right. Well, if anybody wants to say hello, anybody new, now's your chance, because like I said, until Monday I'm not going anywhere till I get my car serviced. So salute. Is anybody else a new Linux user out there? Any questions? I actually downloaded CentOS. I might give it a shot maybe tomorrow out of curiosity. It was on a list on somebody's blog about best distributions for beginners. Kind of surprising, because I took a brief look at it today. It doesn't seem like it's for beginners, but I may take a look at it tomorrow. Yeah, they had Zorin, Mint, Ubuntu, Elementary, and CentOS on that list. I wrote them down, actually. I'll take a look at them tomorrow. So this is either going to be a very short stream or a very long stream. We'll see how many people jump on. I'm game. Cheers. I love sweet red wine. It is delicious. If you haven't already, you may want to check out the live stream I did this morning. It was just some oddball news stuff during my breakfast time. So check my messages here. Nothing there. So anyway. Yeah, I'm looking at this YouTube studio for the live streaming here. It takes a little bit getting used to, but it's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. I had issues with Zoom. I was able to get Zoom working again. I had to install the snap package of Zoom. I'm not sure why the standard dev package stopped working for me. Also, simple screen recorder stopped working for me. I really don't know why. It just quit. So actually Zoom froze up my system and simple screen recorder wouldn't start. Why? I really don't know. So after tinkering with my Ubuntu Mate, I thought, nah, I'll just go with snap packages. No problem, and it works. So it's nice to have an option to fix something, right? Right. So let me go to let's do this. So I got the split screen up here, and looks good. So like I said, I don't know how many people are going to jump on, but that's okay. Let me go to the other browser here. Oh, hi Jesper. Welcome. How are you, sir? How's things in Denmark? And what kind of cars do they drive in Denmark? Over there. Toyotas? Hondas? Let's do this. Let me go like this. Okay, I can still look at the chat. Let's see if anything else that's funny catches my eye. I almost forgot. I'm going to put the Zoom link here if you want to join in. There it is. If you want to join in. All kinds of cars there? Cool. Very good. Let's see if any oddball news catches my eye here. A human-sized robot presents lottery winner in Quebec. Okay. Alligators use crosswalk to traverse South Carolina Road. How courteous of them. Ohio Zoo searching for a red panda after parent escape. Didn't know they have problems with pandas over there. Venice reduces gondola capacity due to heavy tourists. Oh man. Venice is reducing the maximum capacity of its gondolas from 6 people to 5. But it's not because of COVID-19, it's because of tourists' weight. I guess they're eating too much pasta. Bada boom. That's funny. Hey Sergio, you're too fat. You gotta lose some weight. Hey, Paolo, hey. That's what it said. I don't know. Anyway, that's funny. What is on the Hallmark Channel? What movie is this? Christmas at Graceland, Home for the Holidays. Okay. Anybody else watch the Hallmark Channel? Oh, she's pretty. Julie H is in the house. Hi, Julie. How are you? What's new? I'm just chilling this evening since my car is stuck in the garage. It's out of commission temporarily. It's nothing serious. It's a. I can actually look at. I opened up the hood. It's the shift. I don't know if any people out there know about something about cars. It's the shift linkage cable shift linkage cable bushing. You know, my car, the shifter is on the console, not on the floor. So when you shift, it came loose. It was like flopping around. And I popped open the hood. There's a cable that connects to the actual shift on the transmission, like a linkage metal thing that sticks out, and that bushing wore out. So it popped out. And it's just flopping there. So what I did, I was able to get it back on with some tape to put it back in the park temporarily. So Monday morning, I'm going to call the garage if they're not busy. I'm going to drive one way. Hopefully the tape's going to hold. I'm going to drive it straight to the garage. So Ubuntu is not going to save me on this one. Snap packages are not going to save me on this one. But it is what it is. C'est la vie. That's French for such is life. And that's it. So my plans tonight have been totally canceled. I'm just chilling with you guys in the Hallmark channel. That's it. I have nothing else funny or clever to say for tonight. So if you guys want to jump on the Zoom stream, you are more than welcome to. The link is right there in the chat. So be my guest. All right. Go back to start of my dad's music. We'll do that. All right. Go back to my split screen here. Here we go. Okay. So let me refill my wine. So Jesper, did you enjoy last week's concert with my friend Slimmy? I usually have just a small glass of wine when I do the shows. Not the whole gallon. You know what's missing? Some superchat. We say in Italian, super sausage. A piece of cheese. And some bread with some olive oil. Man, she is cute. Dressed in red. Ooh. I'm single, so. Yes, it was awesome. He is awesome. Slimmy is awesome, dude. You know, I just asked him. All of his shows at the casino, at the hotel, of course, this year have been canceled. And I said, would you like to come on? He says, absolutely. And, yeah, he didn't ask for anything. I thought I made it clear. Yes, I do remember now, Jesper. Yes, you did say that you liked it. Yes, I do remember. Thank you. Let me put my friends here. You can check out slimman.com. Just go to that website. You can find out what he's all about. But super cool dude. Heart of gold. And we'll probably do it again. I don't know when. Anyway, salute again. I was actually thinking about trading in my car for another one several months ago. But then this COVID-19 hit. I figured that the safest thing to do was stay home, but I should start looking. Although my car has been very, very reliable for the last 7 years, I really can't complain too much. It's just regular maintenance, and I knew it was due for some maintenance, so I guess part of it is my fault, so I guess I'll take care of it. There's always Uber. Yes, there is. You are correct. I could, but the fix in my car, because I was able to see the problem, Ron, it shouldn't be that expensive. I looked up the part. It's like $20, $25, and maybe labor $60. So for less than $100, I can have it fixed. So I would rather, if I can get it temporarily running to the garage, I would rather pay my mechanic the $100, a friend of mine that I trust, to have it fixed. And he can check it, make sure there's nothing else wrong with it. So, you know, there's really nowhere else I have to be. It would be nice to go out to get coffee, but I guess that can wait. But Yeah. My weekends are usually free, so I don't have to use a rental car. I mean, I can just get a rental car down the road. There's a rental place within walking distance if I needed one, but not tonight. So that's why I'm here. No plans. Julie, what operating system do you use right now? Again, if there's anybody new watching who wants to say hello or have a question, please ask. Because I literally have nothing else to do tonight. Oh, wow, you have a Chromebook. Which one? I have one too. Aren't they wonderful? They come on like this. They're super fast and there's no maintenance, right? They are terrific. Yeah. So which one do you have, if I may ask? Steve Gunnick is in the house. How are you? Let me go ahead and let me pause my dad's music. I'll probably give him a call tomorrow. It's been playing in my earpiece, so my car, I went to shift out of the garage, and I went to reverse, and then my shifter is on the console. It's not on the floor. I have a Buick SUV. I went to shift, and it just flopped. I heard something. It's just like flopping. It's not connecting. I popped open the hood, and what it is, there's a Steve. There's a there's like a shift. This is kind of pretend. There's like a shifter cable at the end. There's like a grommet or like a, I guess a bushing that connects to the link on the transmission, and it popped out. And I think that bushing wore out, so it's just laying there. I was able to get it back on and shift it back into park. Now what I've done, shift cable, yeah. What I've done with that bushing is I wrapped some construction tape or like strong duct tape on it, and I'm hoping, because the garage here is not, from my house, it's not that far. Monday morning, if it'll hold, I'll shift, so it'll, when I move the shifter inside the car, it'll connect to the cable, move the car in reverse, and then the drive one time. Then I'll make a one-way trip to the garage, and then I'll have the mechanic. I mean, it's probably something I can do, but honestly, for less than $100, I'll just let him do it and pop in a new grommet. I call the local Advanced Auto Parts. They have the parts in stock. It's like a kit. They got to remove the shifter cable out of that frame so it's pointing this way, so it's easier, right? Then they got to scrape out the old grommet or the bushing, I think, pop on the new one, I guess clamp it, then pop it back on. So Julie has an Acer. That's the one I have. Yeah, you have an Acer. Cool. Is it the one that's got the on the top? It's actually in my bag over there. But is it on the top with the two speakers left and right? Is that what it is? I mean, they sound freaking awesome. So yeah. People are constantly debating of what is best, flat pack or snaps. I tried one or two flat packs before, Jesper. It didn't work for me. I've had better luck with snaps. Some people, maybe it's the opposite. So I will say this, for Ubuntu Mate, I would say snaps, but for someone else it could be flat packs. I really don't know, but for me snaps are fine. Your shift cable broke at 200,000. Your Blazer, your GM car lasted 200,000 miles. That's impressive. So the shift cable broke. Yeah, it's not my cable. I mean, the cable's there. I mean, the cable's solid. It's just at the end, it's just at the end with that clip, or I call it a grommet, but I guess it's called a bushing, where it snaps on. It just wore, I guess it wore out. But, I mean, I could probably do it myself. Yeah. Yeah, much easier to do on the lift. I don't know with my car. I mean, I could see it. I have to disconnect there's like a hose that connects from the air filter box, to the intake, to the what's it called? Not the throttle body. I think it's the mass airflow sensor, something like that. Anyway, that hose, there's two screws, clamps. You unscrew them, it comes out, and everything is right there. I can see it, and I can, like I said, I put it back, with some tape just to hold it. Julie says it is with the two speakers. Yeah, I mean, for 200 some bucks, that's what they start at. Those Acer Chromebooks and those two speakers on the left and right, they're awesome. I mean, that's the power of Linux, because Chromebooks are based off of Gen 2. I'm very happy with mine, very, very happy. So yeah, I can't complain. So. Let me do this here. I'll do that. Doing a split screen. Looks like the stream signal is good, so let's do this. So your actual shift cable broke. Yeah, that's probably going to be a little bit more, work there, Steve. No, my cable's fine. I mean, I was able to move it, kind of bend it carefully. It feels solid. Yeah, it feels solid. It's just the rubber, I guess it's rubber grommet or whatever bushing wore out. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to happen. I kept putting it off to have it serviced, but it's my fault in a way. I'm just happy that it happened in my garage, so versus on the highway, that would have been a pain, Its car is maintenance, so I've joked that my Buick is bipolar. It thinks it's a Toyota. It just keeps going and going and going and going, but so anyway. So Julie, how long have you had your Chromebook? Again, if there's anybody new watching, wants to say hello, has a question, please let me know. I guess they're playing Christmas movies on Hallmark. Christmas in July, I guess. Okay. Boy, she looks hot in red. Damn. Anyway. Close. It is a Buick Rendezvous. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they stopped making them in 2013. I'm sorry, 2007. I bought mine in 2013. Got a good deal on it. And I wasn't planning on keeping it this long, but it's been so reliable. I put very little money in it. Ice cold air in the summer. Since it's costing me practically nothing to maintain, I figure I'll just keep it. But, yeah, it's similar to the Rainier. Yeah, mine's I think the Buick Enclave has replaced the Rendezvous. It's actually a bigger car. I don't need a bigger car, but oh, Julie, you bought it last year in November through QVC. Cool. I didn't know that QVC had Chromebooks. Wow, of all places, nice. Yeah, I've been using. I don't use the Chromebook every day. Hi, Sean. Ice cold air, ice cold ice cold coffee, ice cold tonic water. Yeah. May you wake up with a new Tesla in your garage in the morning. That would be nice. I guess it's practically zero maintenance, right, on the Tesla. Actually, there's a neighbor up the block about a mile away, less than a mile, who has the Tesla. It has those gull-wing doors that open up. You know what I mean? They go straight up versus opening sideways. It's kind of cool. Look, he had it open when with the doors flopped up. It looked pretty slick. So, but Getting back to my Chromebook, yeah, I don't. Usually, what I'll do, like you can't tell, but here, right here to my left, I have a 50-inch TV hooked up to my second desktop that has Ubuntu. So if I'm watching TV or something streaming off my computer, right in the back of me there's a sofa, and I'll sit on the carpet right in front of the sofa, and I'll do my leg stretches, exercises. I'll have my Chromebook right in front of me. And if I'm not watching TV or have the TV on low volume, I'll have my Chromebook playing music, and that's how I chill out. So the secrets of a YouTuber. That's what we do. Looking to replace the Trailblazer Chevrolet Trail with a Yukon. Oh, you want a bigger one, huh? Just want to pay the wife's car off first. Do you need a bigger car? Yeah, I generally pay cash. I never did like car payments. Cars are probably the worst investment out there in general. So I buy the cars used, but not too used. I just pay cash. But Jesper has not a Chromebook. You have a Lenovo ThinkPad. ThinkPads are good. T410. Bought it very cheap. Even today, it still packs a punch. Nice. Yes, IBM Lenovo works perfectly with Linux. Yes, they do. I have several. Really since the beginning. There's just something about ThinkPads and Linux. They just rock. Jesper, absolutely. Yeah. So, very happy. Since I got my Chromebook, I use that more because it runs a little faster. But there's nothing wrong with the Chromebook running Linux. Anyway, so what I'm going to have to do is wake up early Monday morning, probably call off work, and get the car serviced. I'll lose a day of work, but that's the way it goes. You do need a bigger car. Oh, you need more towing capacity. Ah, you have a travel trailer. Got it. Okay, understood. Sean says you enjoyed the Godfather marinara sauce. There is a locally owned Italian small grocery store. I live in Ohio, just across the bridge in West Virginia, up on the hill, and me and my cousin stopped in. He wanted to get a couple pounds of pasta. Walked in, said hello, and I saw a picture of the Godfather, Marlon Brando, on the jar of sauce. I'm like, oh. I almost bought it, but I'm like, $7? I think it was an offer I could refuse. I'm sure it was good, but yeah, it's just one of those Italian things. So yeah, I generally don't pay more than $2 for a jar of sauce, maybe 3 at the most. Yeah, 7. It was like $6.99. Nah, yeah. All respect to the Godfather. Anyway, marinara, yeah, sure. Spin Viking is in the house. Hi, Spin. Again, if somebody wants to join me on Zoom, you're more than welcome to. You don't need a webcam. All I ask is you have some kind of a headset to prevent feedback. So, again, those of you joining me late, this was an unscheduled stream. My car broke down. Nothing serious. It's stuck in the garage here to my left. I got to get it serviced hopefully Monday morning. I kind of knew it was going to happen, but anyway. ThinkPads can run BSD. Okay. Did not know that. I don't think BSD is for beginners, though. I think I tried it once. Yeah, I didn't really care for it, but that's just my opinion. So, yeah. ThinkPads are great. Yeah, I've had very good luck. Unix is a completely unknown territory. I'm trying to change that, sort of. Well, with Linux. I guess what first came Unix, then Linux, right? Something like that. Yeah, I think something like that. It's not easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I guess Linus Torvalds would be considered the father of Linux since what 92. Built like a tank. ThinkPads are good, man. I mean, geez, there's one of mine that I dropped. I used to use it upstairs in my bedroom. It fell. Piece of the plastic on the side kind of broke, but it has like metal hinges on it, and I'm telling you, they're like Toyotas. They just keep going and going. So, you know. Unix came first, yes. Minix came next. Okay. Linux builds on you. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Jesper. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Spin. Thank you for the super chat. I will use that to get my car fixed on Monday. Hopefully, it'll be less than $100. But thank you, kindly, sir. You know, I haven't done a Saturday night stream in a while. It kind of feels good just to chill. You know, the next Tim Horton is on you. I will probably do that. Thank you. Or Dunkin' Donuts. Here they opened up 2 Dunkin' Donuts, like within several miles. It's crazy. But anyway, I usually have Dunkin' Donuts or coffee Dunkin' Donuts Saturday morning, but now with my car out of commission, I'm gonna have to wait. But Sean has Ubuntu GNOME running on a Surface Pro 4. That's the Windows, right? Surface Pro works great. Cool. They said it couldn't be done. They had the knowledge it could be done, right? Yeah, nice. Anytime you can install Linux and get it running the way you want to is awesome. Yeah, like I said, since I got the Chromebook, I have one ThinkPad in my garage. Like if I'm cleaning the car, doing work on the car, I'll have it running because that one ThinkPad has stereo speakers like in the front at the bottom. The sound is pretty good actually. So sometimes I'll stream music off of that, just to make the work more pleasurable there in the garage. But yeah, ThinkPads are tanks. They just keep going and going. So I've had 2 glasses of wine. I think that's enough before I say something stupid. Well, Toss, you always say something stupid, huh? Let me catch the Weather Channel, see what the weather forecast is for tomorrow. If I can get it right, I'll go swimming tomorrow. Oh, that's right. That hurricane is hitting here in the States, South Texas. So be safe if you live out there. Hurricane Hannah. Yeah. I forgot all about that. Anyway. Let me check my emails real quick. See if I have anything new. And nope, nothing there. Very good. I'll get out of that. So, what is it? It's 10:05. Yeah, still early. I'll stick around a little bit longer. Maybe some people will join in. Again, this was an unscheduled live event, so thank you for stopping by and making my night a little bit more pleasurable, a little bit more fun. It's great to hang out with the crowd. So VirtualBox does not run on Windows 10. VirtualBox is blocked on Windows 10. Really? I haven't used VirtualBox in Windows for a while. It's blocked? Huh? I didn't know that. I'll have to try it tomorrow. I know, Jesper. It is 4:05 a.m. there in Denmark. Wow. Thank you for jumping on the stream and saying hello. Awesome. Julie, what made you buy a Chromebook? Excuse me. I'm just kind of curious. Was it because somebody says something, or you thought they're more reliable, zero maintenance, don't need Windows? I'm just kind of curious. You know, it seems like Chromebooks are made for a select group of people who really, I guess, in the end, don't need Windows. That's my guess. You know, right now, honestly, right now, I really don't need Windows. I use Linux probably 90% of the time. You know, once in a while, something may not work. Like Zoom stopped working last week, so I use the Windows, but that's very rare. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Jesper. But yeah, I use the Chromebook because there's zero maintenance. Either it works or it doesn't work. I don't have to fix anything. There's no bugs for me. I just turn it on, I log in, and I'm good to go. Jump on the web, check the emails, play streaming music. For my use, it's perfect, you know. So I'm very happy with it. Like I said, they generally start at about $200. You know, and up from there. But I mean, sometimes around the holidays, you can find them for about $100. It's crazy, you know. They do work, yeah. You know, they've been around since I think what 2011, something like that. Windows support coming to Chrome soon. Really, Sean? Wow, that's interesting. I guess Microsoft saw the light, right? Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, but I'm doing all right. Yeah, I went for a swim tonight, or late afternoon. It felt good. It felt good to be down in the sun. You know, private pool is by myself, so. Jesper has an old Think Center. I need new glasses. Have old Think Center desktop PC running Amiga emulator. Ah. Oh, Parallels partnered with Google. Got it. Okay, isn't that something that's used quite a lot in MacBooks, right? Parallels, I think. I don't have a MacBook, but I think I read that somewhere. Our singer friend Slim Man has a MacBook Air that he used last week for the concert. So, well, that's cool. It's just another choice. Why not, right? Let me, looks like we got somebody who wants to come in. Let's have Sean come in. All right, let's see here. Hello, Sean, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
All right.
We're good. Yeah, let me just go split screen here. There we go. Let me go back to the chat. There we go. Very good. But Steve picked up a Lenovo 13-inch Chromebook with an i5 8 gig of RAM for $130. Wow, nice.
Wow.
That's a good deal, especially with 8 gigs, because they generally they ship starting I think 2 gigs, or maybe they stopped doing that. I can't remember, but generally 2 gigs and up. That's a good deal. Yeah. The one nice thing about Chromebooks, because you know with me it's all about power. You know when I shop cell phones, I generally look at the rating of the battery because I hate a phone that just lasts a day or less. You got to remember to charge it. But my Chromebook has a 10-hour battery, if not more. Like if I shut off the Google Assistant, you know, OK Google, it can go longer than 10 hours. That's impressive, and it's lightweight. So hats off to Google using a Gen 2 based system. So how you been, Sean?
I've been good.
Good.
I've I've been looking forward to this Chrome OS update. I used to be back in 2004. That's when I found Ubuntu.
Okay.
I got really into Linux, then I got Mac Envy about 2008. So I became a Mac user for about 10 years.
Okay.
And I, towards the end of my tenure with the Mac, as crazy as it sounds, I had two iMacs and I wanted to put Windows 10 on them or Linux. I got so tired of that operating system, the
Okay.
Mac OS 10,
Yeah. Okay.
and
All right. Huh?
it's it's funny how there's a lot of people that just they love it, but the problem is Apple, they've just never really innovated. That's kind of how I see it. It's
Hmm.
pretty much the same as what I had in 2008. And
Really? Huh. I saw. I don't have a MacBook. I thought about getting one just out of curiosity, but it's one of those things I would buy it, use it once or twice, and maybe just stick it in the corner because I would go back to my Ubuntu Mate. You know.
yeah,
They came out. Apple did come out with a more affordable MacBook Air, what 13-inch for about what 999, so something like that. It's more reasonable. You know, and it's one of those things like if you know if you spend $1,000 and if you can get at least 5 years of updates, it's probably worth because Chromebooks now give you 6 years, right, or more. Julie, you probably I think it's 6 years now with the newer ones. And if you can get 5 or 6 years out of a MacBook for $1,000, it's probably worth because right now, as you know, with Windows updates are a hit and miss, trashing your system.
hmm
I've never seen anything like it. I don't hear that with Macs. I mean, they're not perfect either, but I just don't hear it. So yeah.
Speaking of Windows updates, for work, I got that Samsung Chromebook, the red
Okay.
one, the
Okay.
one with the 4K screen. And I thought it was great. So I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
where I work, we have printers, and you cannot print using a Chromebook to the printer for some reason. So
Hmm.
I needed a Windows computer, and the one I
Okay.
had before was getting old. So I bought the Samsung one, and I thought, oh, it was a pretty good price for it, and I thought, well, I'm paying for quality, and so I do the first round of updates, and I fingers crossed, nothing breaks except there's an Intel update. And here's the thing about Intel: they push an update. It says audio update fixes all these bugs, disables my microphone, so I have to go in the Insider program.
Okay.
Then just the other day, they push out an update, Intel display update, and now I'm getting a flickering screen black on my computer, so I got to go and reinstall the graphics drivers. I hold Intel more than Windows now. Ugh.
Windows 10 when it was first announced, and came out had a lot of promise. I thought the interface was fine. There was nothing like earth-shattering or oh my God, where's the start menu? I mean, it's all there. But for a lot of people, thankfully not for me. Well, on my son's Dell, he did an update. There was no sound. He used it for college, right? He says, Dad, I got no sound. Well, can we take a look at it? I figured I'll just reinstall drivers. Didn't work. Really? Let me reboot, uninstall, and reinstall. Let me update the drivers. It didn't work. Let me do system restore. It didn't work. Really, Microsoft? I have to reinstall Windows 10? Really? And this was $1,000. This is like a used piece of junk. That ticked me off because that should not happen on $1,000 machine. I'm sorry, Microsoft. I got it working. Now, thankfully, all of his homework, college work, was saved to the cloud, Google Drive. So he was able to download his stuff. But that should not happen. That's like an Arch Linux, rolling release thing, But I've never seen anything like it with Windows 10. It's like 50% of the time, I guess it depends on like what type of hardware. You download an update, man, you cross your fingers, nothing breaks. Even with Linux, I've never seen anything like that. And that's a shame. So right now, Windows 10, in my opinion, can no longer be trusted. Not the core system. I think it's fine. Buy it out of the store. And if you don't do any updates, I think it's fine. It looks great. It is reliable. Your systems work. But man, once you do the updates, oh, mamma mia, look out. Right?
I will say it's even Manjaro is more trustworthy, and I installed Manjaro. I had about 3 months. I had an update, did the update, broke the system. I got rid of Manjaro, but I do like the Manjaro just for the fact that I can
Okay.
say, hey, I run Arch before.
Okay. Well, it's so right now for people who are need more than a Chromebook or maybe do multimedia, you're probably better off. Apple has a reputation of great multimedia applications, video editing. What's it called, Final Cut Pro or something like that. For like singers, I have a couple singer friends. Macs are great. Are they low price? No, they just aren't. But I haven't heard of back updates trashing the system. I just don't hear it. I'm not saying it won't happen. I haven't heard it. Apple products are just so not serviceable, Jesper. Yeah, they make it so if you need to do an upgrade, if you can't upgrade to hardware service, you have to go to the Apple Store. But they just don't have the issues Windows has. They just don't. Again, if you buy a MacBook, say for $1,000, and if you can get at least 5 years of updates, if not a little more, it's probably worth it. Assuming that the updates never mess up your system. I guess what you're buying is peace of mind more than the value of the machine, But
Well,
yeah,
I will say the one thing with Macs, a lot of people don't realize, you really have to be cognizant what you're installing, because I remember on my iMac, it would sometimes take 3 minutes to shut down. It started out really fast, but the more programs you install on there,
yeah,
it just like Windows, it has to go through, shut those processes down.
Okay.
Same with when you boot up. I had a 27-inch iMac, i5, and you think, man, that thing will fly. But after 7 years, I turn it on and I walk away, come back 5 minutes later, it's loaded, but it got slow.
Yeah, I would imagine. And again, trying to upgrade RAM and those things with service parts might be a little rough. That's why I said if you can get at least 5 good years and no issues, it's probably worth it. Yeah. Kenny says it's all hardware related. Some computers don't have any problems. Yeah. Kenny, I would have to agree. It's like a 50-50, but those are not good odds for the consumer. That's how I see it. That's why if I was to buy an upgraded desktop, I probably will not buy it new. I'll buy a refurbished or something used but not too used and go from there. But the problems with Windows 10, it is. I mean, the last headline last week: Windows 10 breaks the internet. That's quite a piece of talent. You couldn't connect to the internet. Hell, there was one update. It had a missing start menu.
I had that before.
Oh man, it's funny, but it's not funny. Yeah.
I had it break my start menu. I had a gaming desktop before I gave it away years ago. I remember I installed all my games on Steam, came home from a long day, ready to play them, walked into the kitchen, got a glass of water, came back. The computer had auto updated, blue screen. And at that point, I said, I'm putting Mate on there. And I put Mate on, and that computer loved Linux Mate.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
It was like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Kenny says Windows 7 did not have all the problems. No, Windows 7 was awesome for as long as it lasted 10 years, a little more. It was perfect. If there's such a thing as a perfect Windows system, yeah, I would say Windows 10 was, Kenny. Microsoft is going backwards. I think so. I mean, if I was going to spend $1,000, I would probably buy a Mac, But, I could probably, if I search well enough, I could probably get a nice refurbished, Dell or Windows machine for about $500 for what I do, and with the ability to add a more RAM or a graphics card, that's probably, for me, that's probably all that I need, But if I was a college student or, don't know too much about computers, I just want something reliable, it's either going to be a MacBook or a Chromebook, period. So,
I would
for a fair price, yeah,
I'd recommend a Chromebook. I've got my main one is a Lenovo 15.6-inch i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and that thing, I can open 30 tabs in Chrome, all running YouTube, and the fan doesn't even kick on. I mean, it
Nice.
is just.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I recommend that but there is a new Chromebook out there if anybody's interested in it. It's gone down to about $300 on Best Buy. It's got 4 gigs of RAM,
Okay.
but it is built like a tank. I mean, it's made by Lenovo. I love
That's
Lenovo. I think gigs of RAM. Definitely trust Lenovo with their machines.
yeah.
And yeah, if you find that Chromebook for $300, it's a steal to anybody.
Chromebooks, you know what? When I was playing with mine, I'm like, where's the updates? I'm not seeing anything. So I checked. It's actually doing updates. It's like non-intrusive updates. It's what I call like invisible updates, right? Now it will say, you will have to reboot occasionally, for the updates, but it's not intrusive. It doesn't. I don't notice it. And so far, none of the Chromebook updates have really done anything to my system. I haven't noticed it. And having 10-hour battery life, 8 to 10 hours, is not bad. Hi, Timo. Welcome. Chromebooks are great. It's the power of Linux. They're based off of Gentoo. It's wonderful. Zero. I mean, think of any other machine that has zero maintenance. I can't think of any. So.
Well, it's not just
Yeah.
zero maintenance too. You're getting multiple machines in one. You're
Yes.
getting Android apps, you're getting Linux apps, you're getting a full web browser, and
Yes.
coming this year,
Yeah.
Parallels, which I thought was strange
Somebody
because they've
said,
always
yeah.
been a Mac.
Yeah.
They've always worked with Macs, and they've never worked with
Yeah.
any other
Right.
hardware. But they said, we're partnering with Google. We're going to bring Windows apps, like the whole Office suite.
Wow.
If you use that over to the Chrome OS, and at that point, it's like, to me, even looking at a Mac, I could get an Asus for $500. That's puts a MacBook to shame
Yeah.
in how
Yeah.
it's built.
Yeah.
And but it depends. You're right. Like what you do. If you do video editing, if you do music,
It's probably not a
Chromebook's
Chromebook.
not going to cut it. Yeah.
I think they're capable. They just don't have the software, default software. Now maybe Google is working on it. I don't know. They're certainly capable. So, but yeah, for something like that for multimedia, yeah, that's not a Chromebook. You want really a Mac or a hefty Windows 10 machine. So, yeah, I mean, for me, for my Chromebook, streaming music, check the emails, it's perfect. I just plug it in. It does the updates in the background. It's awesome. I open up the lid, type in my username, my password. I'm on in 10 seconds. You just can't beat it. So, Tim L says Snaps got an okay with you. Yeah, for me it was, look, there's been some controversy with Snaps with Linux Mint, and I get it, but Snaps for me, I was able to run Zoom with Snaps and Simple Screen Recorder. Why the dev packages didn't work, I really don't know. At this point, I don't care. Snaps fixed it. I'm good to go. And it's funny that we're arguing, not us here, but some people are arguing. We're arguing about something that works. Shouldn't we be debating about something that doesn't work? Why are we arguing about snaps that work? Well, that's my philosophy, But Chromebooks dependent on online programs, Jesper. Yeah, for some. I mean, I don't have to go online to play my music. Access, documents if I have to. I don't have to go online. But yeah, I would say Chromebooks are online centric. Yeah.
They're actually getting a new file explorer that's based off of the one on Mac. The
Oh wow!
Spotlight.
Really cool.
Yeah, that's coming. There's a channel on YouTube called Chrome Unboxed, and I
think I've heard of it.
love
Yeah.
that channel.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
he does
Yeah.
a great job, and it's just like even he's a Mac user for his
Nice.
videos, but he even says like
Yeah.
he thinks it's going to get to the point, probably not next year, but the year after, where a Chromebook's going to have support for any video editor that you need on there, along with
Nice.
music, and Audacity works perfect on it too.
Yeah, if you have a hefty Chromebook, at least with 8 gigs of RAM, you're probably going to be okay to do minor like video editing, stuff like that. But they're just reliable, and they have built-in security. I forget what it's called, but if it gets a virus, I haven't seen a Chromebook. When you reboot, it won't start. Like, I think there's like a pop-up warning or something that it's been compromised, and you have to do like a fresh erase or something like that. I could be wrong, but they got built-in security. I don't mean privacy. That's not confuse security with privacy, you know. But Chromebooks are secure. They're reliable. Zero maintenance. They're great for newbies. So, and they've been around 9 years, so they've proven themselves. It's starting at $200. I see a lot, not a lot, but I see new Linux machines come out, and I'm sure they're fine. But man, $2,000 for an Ubuntu machine. Now you're in Mac territory, right? So.
Yeah, there's actually a Chromebook. There's a guy from The Verge named Dieter Bahn, and his video said the best Chromebook Microsoft ever made. And they made a thing called the Surface Pro X, which runs an ARM processor.
Okay.
You can only run 32-bit apps on it, but
yeah.
he even said, if you need that for work
Yeah.
and you're a business person, that new Edge browser that's based off of Chrome is actually quite impressive.
I don't recall my Chromebook crashing. I don't recall an update doing something unusual. The apps that I use, granted, I don't use a lot of apps because I don't do multimedia on it. They work. Jump on the web, check email, play music. I can install Android apps if I want to. User friendly. That's all there is to it. It's just one of the great inventions, for consumers out there, and it's a choice. It's just another choice, Tim L says makes sense about things that just work. I totally agree. It's what Linux Mint did by default, disabling snaps. You cannot install. To me, that's just wrong. That's not being beginner friendly. It just isn't. Yes, you can do some terminal commands and bypass it, but then it's not newbie friendly. That's why a newbie friendly distro like Linux Mint is off my list for now. I just call it as I see it, Kenny says way too much money. What for the Ubuntu machine for $2,000? Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're fine, but there was one from Germany, Tuxedo Machines, a high-end machine for about $2,500. Again, you can get a nice Mac for that, So.
What about the Pinebook Pro? I've heard that runs Manjaro pretty well.
I think they start at what, $200, something like that. It's something to think about if you're curious. I think $200, right? Yeah. Kenny says you can buy an old Windows 7 or 8 PC and put Linux on it. You can, Kenny, but keep in mind, for a lot of beginners, and this channel still is for beginners, mom and pop with kids or working, each working a job, they don't have time to mess with the download, install it, and hope that it works. They would rather just buy something out of the box and work, such as a Chromebook, So that's probably not doable for many working moms and dads, to take the time to install whatever Zoom or Linux Mint or whatever, and hoping that it works on their hardware, because they just don't have the time. That's why if they're interested in Linux-powered machines, you cannot beat a Chromebook. You just can't, Now, if they have time to tinker, absolutely get a Chromebook, install your favorite Linux, and chances are it'll work, if you have the time. It's all about it's not so much about the money, but if you just don't have the time or are tired from working, 2 kids, whatever, the last thing you want to do is try to solve a Linux bug or something like what I was trying to do last week with Zoom and Simple Screen Recorder. But that's just another option, So Steve likes the new KD Slimbook. Okay.
What were those machines called that I know they were in Walmart at a time?
Yeah.
They had an old operating system called GOS.
I remember 2008.
days. Yep.
They were like $200. So I downloaded GOS and it was horrible. Horrible. Great name, like, Go OS, or, great name, but, well, it went nowhere. So horrible, and did not make a good first impression. So, I at my local Walmart, I did see 2 Chromebooks for sale. So, don't know how many they're selling, but at least they were there. So yeah. Again, if we have people joining in late, my car is temporarily out of commission. Hoping to get it serviced hopefully Monday. So that's why I'm here tonight. So thank you for stopping by. If you are a gamer, Mac doesn't do it. Aren't there some games for Macs? I suppose if you want gaming, you want a Windows 10. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
They're getting rid of Steam support for Macs when
oh wow,
the new Macs roll out, because they're going to be based off of the ARM processor by Apple. So,
got it. Okay. Yeah, if you want gaming, you want Windows. I have to give that to Microsoft. Speaking
or
of
Linux and Proton,
yeah,
you can run I run Proton. I've had 90% success rate.
Nice. I have heard of that.
Depends.
Yeah. I have heard of that. Cool. Yeah. What broke in my car, Kenny? I was in a garage. I went to shift in reverse, and my shifter's on the console, not here. And it just flopped. The at the end of the linkage cable. It's like, this is the cable here. There's like a grommet or like a rubber bushing, and that connects to the link on the transmission. It flopped off, and I think that bushing at the bottom is worn out. It's just flopping there. So what I was able to do, I got it back on, and I temporarily put some tape on it to hold it. Now I was able to shift it back in park, but that's what happened. It's inexpensive. I think the part's $20-25, maybe $60 labor. So hopefully I can drive it one way to the garage, park it there, and have the guy fix. But that's what broke. It's just maintenance. It's worn out after 150,000 miles. So, but yeah, I went to move the shift, and just flopping. Kind of like wet lettuce flops. So, but anyway, so I temporarily got it fixed, as it were, but I figured, to be safe, I'm not going to drive anywhere this weekend. I'll just see if I can go one-way trip Monday morning. And anyway, that's what broke. So nothing serious, thankfully. I actually had driven back home from the pool. I'm glad it didn't break on the road. That's why I'm here tonight. All my plans for this evening had plans to meet a friend of mine, and he has 3 cars out of his last car got hit in the residential area, and his rental car is taken by his girlfriend, so he's stuck too. The shifter link, it's the link bushing. It's not the cable. Like at the end of that cable, there's like a bushing that attaches on top of the metal link for the transmission. I think it's called a shifter cable bushing. Something like that. But yeah, I was able to, like I said, take the part of the air filter out, and anyway, it's just one of those things that happens. So get it fixed Monday.
Speaking of cars, really something that
yeah,
I have a Jeep Cherokee, and it's at 100,000 miles, and it's been extremely reliable. But I have a neighbor who, they have a Jeep Cherokee, and it's one of them from, I think it's from 96 or 97.
Oh, wow.
It's got to have over 300,000 plus miles or more, and that thing just works.
Okay. We never know.
They're kind of, I could say they're kind of like the Mac of, or the Linux of cars in a way, because they just work. It seems like the more miles you put on them, as long as you get them maintenance done when you need it, they just keep trucking.
So I was watching a video, the history of Toyota and why their cars are so reliable. Fascinating documentary. But generally speaking, not always. If you want a reliable car, you want a Toyota or Honda. They have proven themselves over many. I used to have a Toyota. I traded in for my Buick. When I got to Toyota, I was getting little postcards in the mail. Come on in, we value your trade. We'll give you top dollar for your Toyota. I mean, constant, right? So I'm like, I think I'll do that. So I traded in for a Buick. I got top dollar for my Toyota. Got my Buick. Nothing. Crickets. Nothing in the mail. No postcards. No courtesy. Nothing. It's like, you got a GM. Screw you. I'm like, I mean, I already knew that, but that's what it is. What Honda, they know they have a quality product, and GM products in general, they just don't. They just don't. When you look at
that's true.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah.
94 Silverado has 298,000. Yeah, Kenny. I saw another video. The 2002 Silverado had parts and labor in the States. Once they shifted to Mexico, that was the end of quality control, from what I saw. But like even my car, it's been reliable. Like little things that don't make sense. My car brand new is about 35 grand. There's no light in the glove box. Really, GM? You couldn't stick a 5-cent bulb for 35 grand car? It's just stupid shit. The use of cheap plastics. You know exactly what I mean. But that's why I didn't buy it new. I bought it used, what it was worth. So anyway, it just keeps going.
I had a transmission go out on a GM on my old Envoy at 30,000 miles. My mom has a GM.
Yeah.
Hers just gives her nothing but problems, and it's like this Jeep has just.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Well, when I bought my Buick, I did some research, and at the time, GM was trying to copy the Lexus SUV for their Buick. Well, at least they weren't trying to copy the Chevy. If you're going to copy someone, go to the top, go to Lexus. Now, my car is not a Lexus. It's quiet. It's there's nothing jingling, but it ain't no Lexus. But at least they were trying to copy the Lexus versus trying to copy a Chevy or a Pontiac. So I knew if my car was even half the Lexus, I'd be okay. That's exactly what it is. So, that's just the way it is. But I can't think of the last time I saw a Toyota broken down. Have you or a Honda? I just don't see it. But no, they hold their values and they know how to build cars. So we just don't. So we're not as good. Why? No clue. It just is what it is. So But yeah, Tim, it's I think it was the video from Scotty Kilmer. Yeah, he's like a retired mechanic on YouTube or something. I think it was him. Yes. But he likes Toyotas too. I think, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he doesn't like Chryslers. He did a video recently, I think, about a minivan. There was another YouTuber who. You have this subset of YouTubers called nomads, and they travel and they live in their cars, and they basically try to live off of YouTube AdSense revenue. And so this one lady went on and made this big deal how she's got this brand new minivan, and Scotty Kilmore a couple hours later makes a video and saying, "Oh, that thing's unreliable. It's gonna break down in no time," and he got ripped off. He's got his biases too, just like everybody.
I know.
But I think he's reliable.
There's a great website called carcomplaints.com. If you're shopping for a used car or new, go to Car Complaint, and that's how I did my homework. And when I looked up my Buick, I didn't see any. If you go to that website to the left, you have to watch. There might be a sticker that says "Beware of the clunker." Don't buy this. I didn't see it with my car. So that's why I knew it was probably going to be somewhat reliable, and it is. But sometimes, like I was looking for used Ford Explorers, beware of the clunker, beware of the clunker. And I saw that for 9 years straight, so I didn't buy one, But you just don't see that with Toyota and Honda. You just don't, those things keep on going. One comedian joked, what is it with these terrorists, in these deserts, all they drive are Toyotas? Come on, But it's true. If you ever watch the news, these the guys overseas with their guns and they're driving Toyota. I'd never see a Chevy, you know.
Or a Nissan.
Or
That's another
or
one.
Nissan, right?
You see.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many jokes, but I'll just leave it at that. So, but Kenny paid $1,200 for that Silverado in '07. Wow, the most reliable vehicle you ever owned. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was actually looking at used vehicles tonight. The Chevrolet Traverse, which is a 7 or 8 passenger. I don't need that size of a car, but see, I'm 6'2" with long legs. I want my room, you know. And I generally search for cars with power seats so I can get comfortable. But with the Chevrolet Traverse, it's similar to the Buick Enclave. I was told to avoid, from 2008 to 12, avoid. They had engine problems. 2013 and on, not a problem. So that's what I've been looking at. I saw one that was actually a good deal. 71,000 miles, 2012. They were asking like eight grand, and this thing was loaded. That's not bad, you know. Assuming it's reliable, I don't know. But I was looking at it; looked pretty clean, you know. Again, it's a Chevy, so it is like a Lexus. But I mean, I don't care. I don't drive as much as I used to, so I just want something comfortable. I need something with headroom because I'm 6'2", and something with the power seat. Dan, hi, says hi from an ex-mechanic. Yes, you are, Dan, and welcome. Yeah, my Buick is temporarily out of commission. My shifter thing broke. The grommet, the shift cable bushing wore out, and it broke off the link lever off the transmission. I got it back on with some tape temporarily. So Monday morning I'll see if I can make a one-way trip to the garage and have it fixed. So that's why I'm here tonight. My plans were canceled, so. But it feels good to just, you know, chill out and relax tonight. So yeah. You know, so that's what we've been talking. Cars and Chromebooks and snap packages. Ron says getting close to running mainstream distros on Raspberry Pi. That's interesting. Okay.
They do have the. I actually saw there's a guy on YouTube who did a review, and he has this solid metal case, and he uses that as a heat sink, and that's on his new the Raspberry Pi with 8 gigs, and then there's a tutorial, but you can put Ubuntu Mate on there, and I guess
that's cool. Yeah.
Like people say, they've never seen a Raspberry Pi run as fast as it does run in Mate.
Nice.
It's just amazing.
Nice. Yeah. Hi, CJ. Someone say Raspberry Pi, not the food. Yeah. Not the food. Speaking of pie, I have to go buy some tomorrow if I can get a ride to the store. I love cheesecake, man. What's up, Steve? But anyway, I jinxed myself with the other 150,000. Yeah, I guess I did, Dan. But you know, I was due for a maintenance check. I kept putting it off, so part of it is my fault. I can't really blame the car on this one. I already knew how to get a check, so yeah. Yeah, my car passed 150,000 miles, and it's never let me down until tonight. But at least it let me down at home in the garage, not on the highway. So, you know. Anyway. So what's up, Steve? Time is it 11:15. I'll stick around a little bit longer, then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Again, if there's anybody new watching, has a question or wants to say hello about cars or something else, well, why not?
Oh, this is a little bit creepy with I'm doing a Windows 10 update, and it says, we've noticed you're on your computer between 3 and 10 p.m. Would you like to automatically update your computer during this time? Yeah, that's the stuff that creeps me out.
I don't like it either, man. But you know, we've talked about privacy before. It's like it doesn't exist because how do you erase yourself off the web? Seriously, how do you even begin? That's why.
I've
Yeah.
I've actually been able to, the job I do. I don't want people to be able to, Google me and look me up. I don't want a lot of information
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I was able to go on Facebook and do a random name eventually, and it got my name out of the
Ah,
search profile. But
nice.
I opted out of all these things like Spokio, and it took a long time. But now, if you type in my name, there's someone in Florida, there's someone in Michigan with the same first and last name. But when it comes to me, I don't pop up. I think there's only
Cool.
one
Nice.
thing that pops up
Okay.
for me, and it's
Nice.
not a big deal. But the rest of
Cool.
it, yeah,
Nice.
I don't mind it. And when people are like, "Hey, I saw your Facebook profile. You got a picture of a dog in there," I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that's me exactly."
Right. Cool. Yeah. I think, once the web was invented, people jumped all over. It was like what's that saying that the genie's out of the bottle, trying to erase yourself, totally 100%. I don't think it's possible. There's always going to be that 1%, right? Where someone's going to know who you are, where you're at, you know. But it is what it is. So, um, so what's up, CJ? Are you still in Las Vegas? It's got to be hot. My friend last week in Palm Springs was 117 degrees that night. Palm Springs, California. Ouch. I've been there in the summer. It's freaking hot. Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. It's hot. You know. So. So you've been feeling okay, CJ? So. Let's give this a 10-minute warning, then we'll wrap it up at 11 p.m. my time. And I'll see if I can get a ride to the AutoZone tomorrow. Get that part so I'll have it ready Monday. So, here it's crazy. We have, what do we have? We have AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, and O'Reilly's Auto Parts, all within like a half a mile. Go figure. Can they all sell that many parts? I guess they do. Parts is parts. So.
They're all pretty good, except Pep Boys is a little bit overpriced.
Or that we don't have a Pep Boy. There's one in Pittsburgh about 30 miles from here. Yeah. CJ loves Palm Springs. It's pretty. It's
And
hot.
it's hot.
It's yeah. I was there in the
Man.
summer, man. I mean, holy crap. So we drove down to San Diego. Much better. So, autos all over the U.S. Yeah. I'll see if I can check it out tomorrow. Maybe I'll have my son drive me over. They got the part in stock. I may even try to fix it myself, but I'm like, do I really want to get dirty and greasy? Nah. Yeah, on my days off, I don't want to work on my car. I did buy a pressure washer my first pressure washer. I was doing my car with that soap blaster thing, whatever it's called. It was awesome, man. All I did, I used what did I use? Suave strawberry scented shampoo. Put it in that bottle, man. Put it on the pressure, man. It came out so sudsy. It was great. So something can't be discovered with an automotive inspection. That's true, Dan. Yeah, that is true. But I mean, I was due for an oil change and general checkup anyway. So, CJ, my shift linkage cable broke off of my transmission link. It's not the cable itself. Is the grommet or the bushing wore out. I got it back on with some tape. I was able to shift it back in the park. So Monday, if the tape holds, I'll see if I can shift it to reverse out of the garage, the drive, and the one-way trip to the garage. So have it fixed. It's nothing major, but they have the part in stock here in town, so I just got to get it fixed. So nothing major. So yeah, at least it happened in the garage and not on the highway. So I'm kind of lucky in a way. So Tesla's outdoing GM and Ford. Yeah, I did see a financial report on that. Yeah. And tape even holding it together. For now, it's holding it together. It was stuck in reverse, and it wasn't the transmission because my shifter was just flopping. It was like this. I pop open the hood. I saw it loose. I popped it on with some tape, put it back in the park, and I'm good. So, don't buy cheap auto parts. You get what you pay for. I'll buy what they have. I think it's only one in stock, and then I'll show it to my mechanic. If he says don't use it, I'll just return it. Then he can get the parts, and I'll just pay him for it. Yeah, this is something that I don't recall ever having a problem like this. It's not something I really know much about. All I know is the cable's off the transmission linkage, and I couldn't shift. So.
Well, it's good you have a good mechanic. I made the mistake for a while taking it to the dealership, and they rip you off.
Yeah.
I mean, they just.
Yeah.
Then with oil changes, they just. I do this Valvoline oil change where I drive in the car, I sit in the car, and they do the whole oil change. I pay, and I'm out of there within 10 minutes.
Nice.
You take it to the dealership, and it's like 4 hours, and then they come back, and you don't need to replace this part, but we strongly recommend you do, and that'll be another $400. And it's like, jeez.
I know. I'll tell you a funny story. Years ago, I went shopping. My cousin was shopping for a new Lexus in Pittsburgh. So we're at the dealership. Anyway, he made an offer. They accepted the offer, but it wasn't the color. He says, that's okay. They said, we'll call the other garage. We'll get you that. He wanted silver instead of white or something. Anyway, so we're sitting there in the office signing the papers and stuff, and I'm waiting. I said, how long is it going to take? And the manager says, well, today is Tuesday. And? Well, today is a free masseuse day. I'm sorry. I thought you said masseuse. They hired a girl to come in on Tuesdays as your way to give you a free back massage in the private room. Really? Yeah. So I go back there. They have a coffee machine, Italian biscotti cookies, and the girl. So I'm honest to God, I'm sitting in a chair like this, and she's doing my bet. Oh, this car shopping's rough, man, let me tell you. I've never seen anything like it. I'll never forget it. So she gave me, it's like 15 minutes is free. But I gave her a tip. Free masseuse at the Lexus dealership. No wonder they're selling cars, because they got other ideas. I've never, honest to God, man. I was like, I thought you said a masseuse. I'm so sorry. No, we do. Okay. DJ says, yeah, nice. Free back massage. Like, tell me, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I can't think of her name, but, there's a special shirt where you put your head in the headrest, I'm like, oh. Now, if you go to a GM dealership, I haven't seen that. You go to Chrysler, I haven't seen that. Yeah, Ron says that if we drive Hummers, but a boat. Yeah. Anyway, I'll never forget that. Haven't seen that anything like it since. Had a friend of mine in Florida. He was a retired car guy. He taught me how to buy cars. And he says when you shop for a car, it's generally easier, or you might get a better deal with a used car than a new car. Because, when a car dealership goes to the auction, they'll buy a car lower and then sell it to you higher, right? He says when you shop for a car, don't get emotionally attached to a car or to a color. Try to be flexible. And he says get pre-approved for a loan. So let's say I want to buy a used Chevy. Let's say it's worth, you're looking to spend $12,000. He says, get pre-approved. So go to your bank and say, I want to buy a 2012 Chevy, blah, blah, blah. How much is it worth with these many miles? It's worth $12,000. Can I get pre-approved now, for $12,000? Yes. There you go. Call us when you're ready. We'll cut you the check. After you get pre-approved, right, for the loan, unless you're going to pay cash, now you go to the car dealership. You find your car, right? And let's say it's the color you want. You tell the salesman nicely, I want that car. I'm going to give you $12,000 out the door. Out the door means tax, title, wax, whatever. Out the door, $12,000. Not 1201, not 1199, 12 grand out the door. Now the guy might say, "Don't you want to test drive the car first?" And you might say, "Why? Is there something wrong with it?" As a joke, I said, "Look, get the deal, get the offer approved first." And what that does is, if you go test driving cars first, you can spend all day test driving the cars, and you may never have a chance having your offer accepted, which is tiring, right? Right. Get the offer approved first, then test drive the car. Because if there's something wrong with the car, then the dealership has to fix it. Or they can lower the price and you fix it. Now, when my friend taught me that made a lot of sense. He says, don't waste time driving cars that you can't afford to buy or that won't accept your offer. Make the offer accepted first. Now you have control. Now test drive the car. Since the offer has been accepted. Right, subject to maybe nothing wrong with the car, and if it's a reputable car dealership, they'll fix the problem, whatever. And that's how I bought the cars in Florida. I got pre-approved, the car I wanted, out the door, sold.
Well, the other thing too that they tell you too in a negotiation, the best area or the best position to be is in that position to be able to walk away. And I've experienced that too. I mean, my dad was an awesome negotiator, and if the offer wasn't accepted, he'd just walk away, and that was so powerful that
don't get cocky.
Hours later,
don't be mean.
They'd call him back,
right?
And they'd say,
right,
hey, we've gone through. We'll offer you this much.
Right, yeah.
And he says, well, you know what?
Yeah. Right.
I kind of have my heart set on another one at a different dealership.
Right.
Okay, we'll offer you this price, and
right.
They keep going lower and lower, and
right. There's a science behind. Now, my friend said, a business has the right to make a profit. You cannot rip them off, as it were, but they don't have the right to rip you off either. So what's the balance? They have a right to make a profit. Don't go there thinking you're gonna. But what's a fair profit, and that's usually how I buy cars. That's how I bought my Buick. I had something up on them because I was trading in a Toyota. They couldn't lowball me because if it's a Toyota. Now when I go trade in my Buick, it's an American car. You will get what you think is worth if you're lucky. With my Toyota, I knew what it was worth on the trade, and I got it. There's always some wiggle room, as they say. But get pre-approved first on a loan. Make the cash deal first. The offer approved first. Then now, if there's something wrong with the car, or the power seats, I didn't realize. Now that they approved that $12,000 offer, maybe they can find you a car at that price range since they already approved your offer. So you're saving time, both their time and your time, and nobody gets insulted. Or it could be there's something wrong with that car, but you can get a car that's 1 year newer for the same price, or maybe for like $100 more. You just never know. But the point is not to waste their time and your time. Cut the deal, make the offer approved first, and then cut them the check or whatever. Anyway, that's what I learned. And don't forget to check your car insurance company for a loan. Maybe they have a better interest rate. You never know.
That I like that. That's really I'm going to share that with my girlfriend's looking for a new car, and I'm going to share that.
Check the bank. Ask them what a used car is worth with these many miles. Check the car insurance because you see if they offer loans at a lower rate. Get pre-approved. Whatever the price is, get pre-approved, knowing that you'll have a check ready to go, for that specific car. Don't fall in love with the color or with the car because they'll sense that and they'll charge you more. They have a right to do so. So get pre-approved, find the car you want, test drive. Make sure you test everything. Don't rush it. Check all the power windows, the AC, all the switches, the buttons. Listen for any little knot. That part's going to take time no matter what. It just is, especially with a used car. But you might find a great deal like what I did with my car. So.
Well, that is true. They'll charge you for more. I remember the same car. Yeah. You pay $4,000 more to get it in red over white.
Don't fall in love with the color, right? Right. Now, if you really want that color and you're willing to pay and you're happy, that's a different ball game altogether, you know. But don't fall in love with a certain color or car. I generally, you know, mine's kind of off-white. I would have preferred sky blue or something sporty like red, but it was a good deal. I fit in it, so I bought it, you know. Now, the next one, I may look for a red car or sky blue or something more sporty looking, you know. But yes, dealers will make more profit on used cars than, yeah, because there's more leeway. Yeah, right. They have a right to make a profit, but they don't have a right to rape you. Right. Absolutely. CJ's learning to deal with Ubers, rentals, biking. Okay, well, that's healthier, biking. Brand new 1998 fully loaded Jeep Wrangler. You think you lost like 20 grand in 2 years? Sell? Oh yeah, Chryslers do not. American cars in general don't hold their value for trade, and that's why I will never buy. If I'm gonna buy new, it's gonna be a Toyota or Honda. If I never buy new when I traded in my GM for my Toyota, for the first time in my life, the Toyota dealership said, "We appreciate, but we really don't want your trade-in. You're better off selling it." No problem. This is '09 when GM filed bankruptcy. Toyota did not want my trade. They said flat out, "You're better off. You can get more money," and they were right. And you know, I bought my Toyota. I was happy, but I learned my lesson. You know, so the guy was very nice, very polite. "We really don't want your car." You know. Yeah. Now, if I was trading in a Toyota for a Toyota, not a problem. You know. You know.
Well, I will say, if your car's reliable, you do. I can vouch for that too. You'll get those notices, because I used to get those, and I still get those emails like, "Hey, are you interested in? We're having a big sale. Trading your car in for this model Jeep or that model."
Okay. Yeah, I haven't got it with my Buick. I just haven't. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with my car. I mean, once I get it fixed Monday, but yeah, with Toyotas and Hondas, man, you buy those cars, use whatever, you will get things in the mail. We'll give you top dollar. You know, I just have not seen it with the American cars that I've owned, and I've owned Pontiacs over the and the Chevy. Never got those. Got my first Toyota. I was like famous movie star, you know. So, all right, let's give this a couple minute warning here, guys, and we'll wrap it up. So, any final comments or questions? After 11, I'm probably going to hit the sack here tonight. Go to bed a little bit earlier. I want to thank everybody who stopped in, and this was fun. So, where are you from, if I may ask you?
Oh, where am I from?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out in Orange County, Southern California.
Cool. I've been out to San Francisco. What's that desert? San Bernardino. Monterey Bay was absolutely stunning.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Let's see, anywhere else? San Diego, Oceanside Beach, is that what it's called? Oceanside, something like that.
Oh, Oceanside, yeah. Oceanside's more of kind of a military town.
Okay.
But it's still the way, you can't beat the weather. You can't.
Yeah.
It's 70.
It wasn't
year-round.
as hot as the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see where else. Then me and my bud, we drove from San Diego to Las Vegas. Is that Highway 5 or something? Across the desert?
The 15.
15. Yeah, that was quite a sight. Death Valley, my first time driving. Woo! Straight shot. We were going like 100 miles an hour too, but a little four-cylinder Mitsubishi too, way back when, you know. But that was quite a sight to see Death Valley for the first time there, you know, live. It was something, yeah.
It can get up to about 120 out there in parts of the desert.
It was in the summer. It was hot.
Yeah.
It was. I'll tell you a funny story. This was 1990. Oh my God. He says, "Hey, Carm, come out there. My girlfriend I guess the family was rich in real estate. She drives a Lamborghini or Ferrari. She'll let you drive it. I'll be right there. So I land. He's not picking me up in the Ferrari, in the Lamborghini. He says, "Carl, I'm so sorry, man. She had an argument with me, and she won't let us drive the car." Frack! So I rent the little Mitsubishi. So I'm there a week. On the last day, she calls him, apologizing. "I'm so sorry, I was wrong. Your friend came to, I promise he can drive the car. Well, I'm leaving the next morning." And he's like, "No." I'm like, ugh. I came this close to driving an expensive car. This close, It happens, But yeah, we drove across the 15. It was quite a sight. It was quite a sight. But Monterey, when was I there, man? 2003. Beautiful. I rented a convertible. I learned my lesson then. I rented a nice car. It was beautiful, man. Absolutely stunning, CJ. Yeah. All the hotel rooms were booked. Could not find a room for the life of me. So we wind up driving north to San Jose. I think it was San Jose. I can't remember, but it was stunning in Monterey. Gorgeous. Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's a place called Big Sur. It's absolutely beautiful.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the hotels there. They have one that it's actually pretty awesome. You stay up in these like tree houses up in the
oh wow,
trees.
Cool.
And
yeah,
right in the middle of a forest. And I remember I was going out hiking in the redwood forest there, and I was out exploring, and one of the locals says, "Oh, by the way, we just want to let you know that we do have a lot of mountain lion that regularly frequent this area."
Is that all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do remember Big Bear, that mountain, Big Bear, whatever. That's on a mountain. That's the last thing I remember. That was okay too. Man, the first time I drove it, the traffic, 6 lanes, as far, I was stunned. Thank God I wasn't in a rush. I took my time, but that can be a bit overwhelming. And San Francisco, the amount of cars. Oh my God, unbelievable.
It's insane in Orange County where I live to drive to work. My work's about 20 minutes from where I live, and I literally leave at 6 in the morning. I'm up at 4:30 because if I were to drive at 7, it would take me probably an hour and a half to 2 hours.
It's too late. Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, CJ. Okay, all I remember is Big Bear, but it was nice. It was in the summer, and it wasn't that hot up there in the mountains, I think, if I recall correctly. But yeah, San Francisco was windiest, as it should be. But it's nice. But I fell in love with Florida. Tropical scenery, a little bit less traffic, flat roads, no potholes. I liked Florida quite a bit, They were thinking about bringing back the show Miami Vice too. They were talking about it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
With Don Johnson's son, who looks like him, to play Sonny Crockett. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Did I surf, CJ? I did not. I did not surf, no. I'm actually not that good of a swimmer, come to think of it. But
there's a guy, he comes on, he kind of frequents YouTube, and he goes to different people's live streams, and if somebody's doing like a Zoom or a Jitsi or even a call-in, he'll call in and he sounds like Scarface. He does the Scarface accent.
That Tony Montana, man? You're talking to me, man. You pop a few freaking load, you bingo shit, man. It's kind of like that. Yeah. I love Scarface.
Great.
Al Pacino, he says, that line, "Say hello to my little friends," that was not in the script. When he has the gun shooting at the end, right? Yeah. He just ad-libbed, and the director let it roll. You're so tough, you little cockroach, man. It's awesome. I'll never forget that. "Say hello to my little friends." I
remember the scene that was the craziest. The first time I saw it was in the bathroom with the chainsaw.
They should have made it like Son of Scarface, make a sequel to it or something, But I'll never forget "Say hello to my little friends," Tony. Him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I get a hoot of. It's good to be here in California.
Is there a street in I know I'm like a huge nostalgia fan, so I love Grand Theft Auto Vice City because it was based on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
based on that movie, and
yeah.
there's actually a street in there, and where all the buildings are lit up at night. They're like blue and
Mm.
green,
Yeah.
and
Like
I
neon,
know
yeah.
that's somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's somewhere in Miami,
I think it's
and
South Beach. I think it's what it
you're.
is.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I didn't live there. I lived in Orlando, but I think it's yeah. Yeah, no, it's the first time I went to Miami, and then we'll wrap it up here. I was right out of high school. 81, we drove down, me and my cousin and a friend. I'm like, man, this is nice. Then, of course, a few years later, Miami Vice show was filmed there, right? And I moved down there in 90. I went down in 92. I moved down in 93. But when I moved back in 2010, I'm like, oh my God, potholes. Because down there, it's flat roads. I told my friends, I need an airbag for my ass. I don't need it for the.
Did you go out to the Keys?
I,
To the.
I didn't make it that far. I got as far as
Uh,
South Beach, and that was it. The Keys look nice. My son Travel Channel. I never got that far. I wish I would have. Maybe one day. But I never got that far because that's an extra 4-hour drive to Key West one way, and I didn't make it. So.
I have a friend who lives in Panama City, and it's like night and day. You go to
Mm.
like Panama City, and they've got that southern accent, and it seems like it's more part of Georgia than Florida
That's that
over there.
southern twang. Welcome to the
Yeah.
South. My singer friend, Slim Man, came on. He's in Palm Springs. Anyway, he came on, did a concert last Friday. That's not his real name. His real name is Tim Matteo Camponeschi, pure Italian. He's from Baltimore. So I asked him, how'd you get the name Slim Man? I mean, he is slim, but he says, well, my real name is Tim Matteo Camponeschi, blah, blah, blah. I got my break writing for Motown Records. Great. And then he got a job to MC a talent show at one of these honky-tonk country bars, right? Things. He says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Matteo Camponeschi. Welcome. And he says the response was like frost, ice. So he had to change his name. So he changed his name to Slim Chance. Sounds country, right? And then from there, it became Slim Man. He does like jazz vocal, classics. And I said, Slim, I would imagine walking into a country bar and the guy says, give it up for Tim Matteo Camponeschi. And these people go, what did he say? What the hell is this boss saying? It sounds like a disease, Roy. But yeah.
I
Anyway,
subscribed to his YouTube channel after I heard him last week. I enjoyed the music, and he
Great.
reminded me of one of the actors on I think it was Casino with
yeah.
De Niro and Pesci.
Yeah.
He had that look to him.
Yeah, he has that. No, he's I've been following his tunes since '95 when I lived in Florida, and we became internet pals since 2000. We never got a chance to meet face to face. We came close, but we kept in touch, And he was doing the Riviera shows out there in at the Riviera in Palm Springs, I think it's at, right? The hotel, casino, whatever. He was doing the Rat Pack shows, Deep Martin, Frank Sinatra songs, the last 4 years. Of course, everything got canceled. So he's been doing Facebook Live shows Tuesdays and Thursdays. He calls it 5 at 5 songs at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So he's not working. I said, would you like to? I would love to have you on my live stream. He says, let's do it. He didn't ask for a dime for it. He just did it. We came on. It was awesome. It was fun, But no, he has, as you heard, he has a real voice. There ain't nothing fake about it. But and he does Dean Martin songs and a bunch of his own. But I think I have all of his CDs as far as I know, or like most of them. But no, he just has a natural voice. A super cool dude, But
Yeah.
he asks, what's Ubuntu? It sounds like an energy drink. Hey, pal, give me a can of Ubuntu. Like Red Bull. Ubuntu. I said, Slim, it kind of sounds like. He says, what's open source? Hey, pal, make it a double Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Anyway, but it was fun. He says he's willing to do it again, so maybe next month be on the lookout for that, and maybe we'll have a guest come on. Ask him questions.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, I actually really enjoyed the interview. Rocco from Big Daddy Linux did an interview of Mark Shuttleworth, and
Yes,
it's actually
I saw.
it's actually, because before that I would hear people say
Yeah.
things about Mark Shuttleworth, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you kind of make him sound like a bad guy, and then you see the interview, you're like,
No, he's fine. He's normal.
no,
Yeah.
this guy's he's a cool guy,
He's
and
normal.
he's
Yeah.
I'm glad he actually, if it weren't for him coming up with Ubuntu, I would have never discovered Linux. I mean, I had heard about Red Hat, but I couldn't have installed that.
Well, me and Slim we were, emailing each other. He says, I need to get a new machine. I says, well, I use open source Ubuntu, blah, blah, blah. But for what you're a professional singer, you ain't got time to fix bugs or problems. So I said, probably get a Mac. And he bought a MacBook Air with his mixer, digital audio workstation, Bluetooth mic, and it's perfect for him. But what I was telling him back then when I said Ubuntu, I'm thinking, he probably has no freaking clue so he sends a reply card. What the hell is Ubuntu? So that's how I remember the joke. But he has a terrific sense of humor. I'm going to end this with this joke. He did a show in Baltimore last Christmas. He has it on YouTube. He says, ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here. I almost didn't make it. Last night I took a Viagra. It stuck in my throat. Man, I had a stiff neck all day. but that's the type of guy he is, He's got these corny jokes. Hey, I went to this country bar and they had a steak throwing contest for some cash. Man, the stakes were high. But a boat. That's how he is, Mark is in the house. He says, hi, Total West today. I'm back on the internet with 3 UK Unlimited 4G. Got it. You're in the middle of Oxfordshire. Oh, cheerio. On a 64-foot narrow boat. You lucky dog, you. Love you, brother. Oh, thank you. Love you. My heart is in my Welcome, Mark. Thank you. Wow, you're on Oxfordshire. Awesome. And you're relaxing on a boat. So you have a good Wi-Fi signal out there, I'm assuming, Mark, in Oxfordshire? Awesome. See, that's why I like doing these random streams. You just don't know. I mean, I make the money off these things unless someone super chats. But man, meeting the people is awesome. Awesome, Mark. So what brings you here tonight? When evidence wouldn't stand up in court during the rape trial, they brought in Viagra. But a bump. Okay. Oh man. But that's Slimmy for you. He says, man, I got so fed up with these smartphones. I downloaded a new app. I quit. Yeah, Slimmy's cool. Do you have any of his CDs at all? Did you take a look or?
I'll probably buy him. And people gave me flack for this, but I used to have a ton of CDs, and one day I took them all, put them all on an external hard drive, and threw my CD collection out just because. Oh wow! I was one of those people who mine would get scratched. They would. Yeah. Once I found the MP3, I just couldn't go back. But I'll probably buy all his albums on download.
Yeah, check out slimman.com. I got 99%, but check out his band Bonafide. That's all like instrumentals. It's all like jazz, dancey, and that's his only #1 hit of all his music. It's hard to believe, but it was a song called X-Ray Hip. It's on the first Bonafide CD. It has like a blue cover, and it has #1. And I played it in my car. I mean, you'll start tapping and doing. They're really, really funky. And then he has his solo CDs. Just says Slim Man. And he writes, love songs. You heard the songs, But he's been described as the male Sade, the singer Sade, and a perfect blend of pop, jazz, lush, vibrant. But you heard, he has a natural voice, which is awesome. Nothing fake about it, So CJ says, when Napster came out, my CDs went up for sale. No, I still have it because I still have a boombox that I use, and my car's got a CD player, and so yeah, I mean,
I have something that it's actually pretty affordable for $60. It's a Bluetooth speaker that looks like a boombox.
Nice.
And
my boombox has built-in
Bluetooth, and it's great.
Bluetooth, yeah. My boombox has a USB thing to play off a stick. I got on Amazon. It plays CDs and it has a Bluetooth connection too, so I can do it all. And even a tape player. Go figure. Which is fine, you know. Yeah. You know, tape, the two reels. Okay, all right. Mark says, UK home, mobile broadband. Got it. Awesome. It's great that you can tune in, Mark. Awesome to have you here from the UK. You know.
There's a guy on YouTube. Speaking of tapes, he still uses CRT TVs to watch all his programming.
Oh, wow.
And
tubes, yeah.
He uses 8-tracks, and he has got an 8-track player in his car.
Boy, that brings back memories from high school. You know, 8-track. I remember. Yeah. Awesome. All right, last comments, and we'll wrap it up. I'm going to go to bed. I think I've had enough of the Weather Channel and Hurricane Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana Linux.
Yeah, right. Yep, Hannah Montana. So, enough of that. I grabbed the right remote. There we go. I have Comcast. But, yeah, this was fun. So, I might do it again, maybe next weekend or something. We'll see. If anybody would like to sponsor the next Linux 8 team, let me know. You can send me an email, linux8team@gmail.com. So, and we'll do another one. Jeremiah says, what are you using to video? Oh, it's Zoom, Jeremiah. The snap package for Zoom and Ubuntu Mate. And then OBS Studio to stream all this. So, yeah, nothing too complicated. So, you know, then just this is just a $20 headset mic, believe it or not, and it sounds great. You know, I wouldn't use it for singing if I could sing, but just a headset mic and a little USB adapter, plug in the two cables. You know, see that, and then USB, and I can mute. You know, up and down volume. But that's all that I use. Yeah. Works. It's good enough. I don't know. See, I don't like to add stuff. You know, like YouTubers will have the those big mics with the mic stand sticking here, you know, on the side, and it takes up space. I want to move my hands, you know, because I got to talk with my hands. Hey, what's the matter with you? Hey, you know. So I figured this like this would be good. So yeah.
I used to run an online radio station back in the day, and I had all that stuff. I had the mixers, the mics, and yeah, I gotta say.
Well, you needed it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool to have that, but talk about taking up desk space, electrical sockets, and it's just a royal pain in the butt wiring all that in. It's not worth it. In my opinion.
Yeah, you know.
Unless you're serious about it.
Yeah, I mean it's better quality. I would have to, but this is good enough in my opinion. You know, I don't know. I mean, they make higher quality mics like this, but. You know, for what I do, I think it's fine. I actually ordered a backup one in case Stix breaks. I really don't have a backup. I have one with the two headpiece, but it's kind of heavy, so you know. But yeah, this is fine. Sometimes I wear like a little clip-on mic here, and that's okay too. You know, but I mean nowadays, you know, you have many choices as far as mics. You know, so I think Slim uses a Zoom mic. I think it's called a Zoom recorder. You've seen them on Amazon, handheld thing with two mics built in. I think they call it a Zoom mic or something like that. Singers use them. CJ likes taping and editing rather than doing live. Okay. Very good. Well, on that note, we're going to end this live stream. So this was fun. Be safe out there in this pandemic. Maybe we'll catch you next week. You guys know how to reach me. This was fun. Thanks for coming on, man. It was really cool. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
We'll do it again. You be cool out there in hot California. All right.
All right. Night.
Take care. All right, guys. Here in the chat, I'm going to end this. So you guys be safe. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you next time. So, arrivederci.